Hello everyone and welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to be telling you how to download IDE, Eclipse IDE actually. So what is Eclipse? Eclipse is an IDE. What is IDE? IDE is an integrated development environment. So what are IDEs used for? Exactly. So IDEs are used for mostly developing apps or source code. It's actually used for writing source code and running it in one place, running and debugging in one place itself, right? So it is more easier than a command prompt or any other way of running your code. Okay, so download IDE, you have to first open this link over here. I'm going to leave the link in the description. Just open that link and you will come to this page. So after coming to this page, click on download and download 64-bit. Okay, click on download 64-bit and it will give you a page over here to download, or you can get it from any of these five actually, from mirror sites. So just click on download and you will get it. So after you get it, you have to run the installer, and in the setup dialog you have to use Java development for developing Java. Okay, and for it to work, it will give you an error that Java JDK or Java SE is not there in the system. So you need to download Java development kit or JDK for that. So for downloading JDK, you need to go to this site. What is JDK? JDK is a Java development kit. Okay, and this is actually important for IDEs. Or you can just go in the IDE, it will give an error and it will give the solution over there only. You can download from there. So before downloading Eclipse, I want you to download this Java development kit. So here are the type of files. If you are Linux, you can download for Linux. If you are Mac OS, like Apple devices, you can download from Apple over here. And Windows 64 installer, download this and complete the setup dialog, and then you'll be good to go. This is the Eclipse workspace. So first of all, when you open the Eclipse workspace, it's going to be blank like this. It's not going to have anything. It has some dialog boxes, something over here and over here. You don't need all that. You just need Package Explorer, a console, and just a place to write. So as you can see, when it opens up, there is no place to write. Don't worry, it's not broken. It's just that there is no place to write in the starting. So for that, you need to create a project. A project is where you store all your classes, and classes is a concept in Java. I'm going to explain that later. So for that, firstly you need to click on File to create a project, new Java project. Okay, just give the project name. Let's give it lesson 1 as a project name, and finish. Create a module. Okay, so this is the lesson 1 project. You don't need this module. So this is the lesson 1 project, and still there will be no place to write. The module, you have to close it. It's not needed actually. So still there will be no place to write for you. So for there to be a place to write, you need to create a source code, a class. Okay, you can write your code in a class. So click on the project. There's an arrow mark like this over here. So click on that and you'll see one file known as src. Okay, right click on src, click on new, click on class. Okay, so this will be the automatic. Over here they'll give some defaults, they'll load up some defaults. You have to give it a name. Let's give it lesson. Okay, don't change any of this, just in the method stubs which you would like to create, just create public static void main, remove this inherited and finish. Now you can see there's a place to write for you. Okay, it's going to give package lesson 1 because you're writing in the Java project lesson 1. Okay, so this is going to be the basic layout what it gives you: package and name of your project, public class and the name of your class, and it will give you a main method. So you can't run any code in Java without a main method. Okay, so to run the code, first we need to write some code. So cause this is just a pretty blank code, it won't run anything. So we'll be creating a first program, that is hello world program. Okay, for that you need to print hello world. And how do you print hello world? There's a function in Java that is used to print anything you want. Like, it is known as system.out.println. It's a print function. System dot out dot println. Okay, so this is the function. Basically, function is any action that a class does. So this function is imported from the java.lang class. In case you noticed in the previous place, like when we were creating a class, imported from java.lang, that. So we need to print hello world, and hello world is a sentence or a string actually. So and any string will be inside double quotes. So in this double quotes we're going to be printing hello world. Hello world. Okay, and any statement in Java ends with a semicolon. Okay, but these here have curly braces. Why do they have curly braces and not semicolons? Because they are not statements. Actually, they are used to declare classes or functions. This is a class over here, so you have to start a class and end a class. So a class has a starting and an ending. A function has a starting and an ending. So this curly braces are used to denote that. And you can see this brackets over here, parentheses. This is used to take parameters or input. Okay, so this is the basic program for hello world, and let's see if it runs. It's supposed to print hello world, but let's see if it runs. So here there's a run option. You click on it. Okay, and it prints hello world. Okay, for some of you it may not print hello world, and it may show error, that is could not find or load main class. So for that error, in case you get that error, you should create a run configuration first. Okay, mine is already created, so I didn't get that error. So for creating a run configuration, you have to right click on the where you write the code and click as run as. For you get Java application or run configurations. There'll be nothing for you maybe. Click on run configurations. Click on Java application lesson, run, and it will run just fine for you. Okay, so that's it for this video, everyone, and in the next video I'm going to be explaining about variables and data types. What are data types and what are variables? Okay, so that's it for this video. If you like this video, click on the like button and subscribe to my channel if you are new. Mostly all of you will be new because it's my first video. So subscribe to my channel and If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comment box. Okay, so thank you.